good? What's good, everybody? Welcome to Candid Convos. Oh, we got a little, hold on, we got an echo. Let me see. Testing. Did that stop?
Let me wait. Let's see. Try again.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. Testing. Yeah, that's coming from your side, Vince.
Okay, I'll come back in.
All right, man. All right, sorry about that. Let's shout out to everybody joining us tonight. This is Candid Convos. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Chloe on deck. We got Vince on deck. Say what's up to the people, Chloe.
Hey, everybody. Welcome.
Hey.
Welcome to 2023. I had to laugh for a minute because 2023 is off to a banging start. My goodness.
Sure.
I'm so glad y'all here, though. Y'all here, so.
Yeah, no, it's getting off a little while right now. Shout out to my guy Donovan. He said greetings and happy New Year. Happy New Year to you, man. Happy New Year to you. Appreciate you rocking with us, kicking off this 2023. Yeah, let's shoot myself. I've been posting, boy. It's 2023 getting right out the gate. Getting right out the gate.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready for 2024 already.
Man, you got that right. Shout out to my girl Kenyatta. Happy New Year. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, rocking with us, getting into the new year. Yeah, it's just been one thing after another. I'm seeing so many losses of life. Let me get Vince back in. Vince, go ahead and say something, man.
Is that better?
Good to go. Good to go.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm seeing so many losses of life. Man, people taking lives. You know, we had the young brother who passed out. Well, basically, had a cardiac situation, on the football field. And, I think they was able to get him back get him back rolling after they got him off to the hospital and such. But yeah, it's been wild so far, man. I said, we only a couple days in. Shout out to our IT, Nicole, in the building representing. That's a happy New Year to you, Nicole. Appreciate you rocking with us tonight. But yeah, it's wild. It's wild right out the gate. And like I said, I've been trying to tell people for a long time, man, it's gonna go down in 23, boy. But I don't think people taking it seriously. So yeah, we're gonna see what it is. We're gonna see what it is. So let me drop this title. Actually, no, I'm all out of whack. So man, like I said, if you're watching us right now, like I said, drop a share out the show, hit that like button. We're live right now on Facebook. We are live on YouTube as well. Let me throw the link up since we're ready. Here's the link to join us on the panel. So like I said, if you feel inclined, come join us for the first show of 2023. Let's see, you drop this in your browser, your Google Chrome, your Microsoft Edge, Apple device, whatever you got. Drop this in your browser. You can join us on the panel. Let's see, you can cut off your camera if you choose, but we always encourage you to leave your camera on. Yeah, I see IT down in the audience. I'm see if she got the guts to come up on this panel. You let me know if you need this link, IT. I'm gonna leave it up here for a minute. So let me go over to my brother Vince, and then I'm gonna slide up to the topic. Then we're gonna get on into it. So let me check in with Vince in the new year, man. You what you got going on, Vince?
First of all, I'd like to say Happy New Year to everyone on the panel, everybody listening. I'm going with the old favorite of mine, the Christian Dior Sauvage.
There it is.
Very nice scent. Very professional. Nice scent.
Okay, there it is. So y'all definitely go check that one out. Man, I meant to ask you, Vince. I know you had mentioned that you was gonna give somebody that hint going into the beginning of the year to see if they was gonna drop a new fragrance on you, man. Did you end up getting that?
I thought I gave you that fragrance after Christmas.
No, I'm saying you were saying that you was trying to hint to somebody to get you another one or get you an upgrade or something. You was saying, man.
Well, I did. I thought I premiered that one last time that we were on.
Oh, that was it.
The Givenchy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, yeah. No. Well, okay, let's see. Vince the man. There it is.
That was a Christmas gift.
There it is. There it is. No, that's what I was talking about, man.
Okay.
I was like, I'm gonna see if you're gonna pull that off. I see you pulled it off.
Oh, she listens very well.
Oh man.
Oh
my
God.
Shout out to Wifey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely shout out to Wifey. Is that IT? Hold on.
Hey.
IT, what's going on? Unmute yourself, IT. Unmute yourself.
Hello, happy new year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. What's going on with you? You all right?
I'm hanging in there.
Okay. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. I'm happy to see you. Happy to see you.
Likewise. Hey, Chloe.
Hey, girl, what's up?
How are you?
Hey,
I'm good.
hold on. Y'all ain't gonna be hold on. Y'all ain't gonna be teaming up now. We ain't doing that.
I didn't even say anything. I just said hi.
Cut that out.
Good Lord.
All right, let me go and get on into this. So, topic for tonight, it's you. You are the problem. So we'll run that back. Topic for tonight, it's you. You are the problem. All right. So let me, wait a minute, hold on. Somebody dropping the comment to Vince. She said, Vince, what's that? What's that fragrance called again, Vince?
It's Christian Dior Sauvage. Sauvage.
There it is. There you go, Kenyatta. Sauvage. Wait, hold on, Kenyatta. Wait. Hold on. What you trying to wait? Oh, no, she's waiting. No, not that one. She said the other one. What's that one you
have
got
to
for
wait till next week.
She says you want that other one. All right, Kenyatta, you see us next week.
I'll re-premiere that one.
All right, there it is. Let's see. My guy John Griffin. Shout out to my guy John Griffin out in the AZ. He said that title. Yeah, no, we about to go there, John. I'm about to go there. Appreciate you joining us tonight, brother. Happy New Year to you. All right. Hold on. They coming in. My birthday coming in. Oh, okay.
He put his bid in now. Okay.
You know what? Let's say shout out to my guy Donovan in the most respectful way.
The most respectful way.
That's my guy. Okay, y'all said okay. All right, she'll be back Wednesday. All right, Vince. Don't let it down next week, man. All right, let's get into this. Like I said, it's you. You're the problem. All right. So let me kick this off. Then we'll get on into this conversation. Let me know if y'all can't hear this when it plays.
You know what? I see why the fellas is mad at us. We used to do better. So I was talking to one of my homegirls not too long ago, and she tells me she's met the perfect guy, right? She's like, he's great, he's handsome, great job, all of that, right? Oh, nobody's perfect, of course, but standard-wise, preference-wise, he met everything. So then later on, she tells me, and she's like, oh, I dubbed him. You know, he's just not right for me. And I'm like, well, what happened? Like, everything was good. Like, you were saying, like, this could have been future hubby. Like, like you was damn near on the right track for everything. Like, he was just matching up. You know what this woman tells me?
What?
She says, his car is old.
Wow.
And I say, okay, what does that mean? What does that mean? She's like, well, he's been in his career for 10 plus years. He should have a brand new car. He should have something from this year. Like, why don't you have a more expensive car?
Wow.
Sis, sounds like he doesn't have a car payment. Sounds like he doesn't have an extra $700-800 that he has to spend a month, or how much ever a car payment is. It sounds like he's saving up money. What's the problem? Does it work? Does it have an auxiliary cord? Does it have heat and air conditioning? That's all I really care about. Do the windows go up and down? Has it passed the inspection? That's really all that counts. But you're worried about it being an old car? Really? You're gonna pass him up because his car is old? Just little shit like that explains why these men are sick of us. Because you could have a perfectly good guy with a good career. He takes care of himself. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that you could ask for, and it's just not enough. But it's women like me that will love on y'all. I just want to let you know that. Okay? We are out here.
Appreciate it.
Stop paying attention to the materialistic women. That's the only thing I can say to you, man.
Okay.
All right.
He said, okay. Okay.
No, that's my guy. Let's say so. Topic for the night. It's you. You're the problem. All right. Shout out to my man Shisha Zed from the Coffee Pod. Definitely go check him out on YouTube, dropping great content. Shout out to him for the video tonight. So, you guys saw the video. Young lady is talking about one of her friends was dating a guy, and essentially he was checking all the boxes off, had it going on. She could see herself marrying this guy. This guy looked like he was the one. And then she found out he had an old car. And basically from that point on, all of those great qualities and things she saw in that man was out the window. And she couldn't recover from that. So I wanted to have this conversation because I really wanted to really touch on the topic of self-sabotage and really messing yourself up because you stuck in your own nonsense, or missing out on opportunities because you stuck in your own nonsense. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of this type of stuff going on, right? You know, we had some of these conversations before. We've talked about these lists and all of these things on the list. Listen, I know IT remember some of them conversations, but we've talked about these lists, 20, 30 things on the list. And I said, even in this case, this brother clearly was hitting the list, except for his car. So y'all want to have this conversation. Are we out here self-sabotaging? Are we out here essentially, what do they say, missing out on our blessings? That's what people like to say. Like I said, are we really out here doing that? I said I got a couple points to touch, but I'm gonna let y'all kick this thing off. We got a couple ladies on with us. You know, IT done threw the nice little fireplace in the background. So I'm gonna let the ladies kick it off. Then we're gonna get on into this. So what y'all think when y'all saw that video? What y'all, what y'all feeling? Anybody can go first. Nicole, Chloe, either one.
Girl was definitely tripping. If that was the only reason why she passed up on dude.
Yeah.
Like, is that video recent too? Is that last year?
Yeah, no, that's true.
Okay,
That's in like the last day or so.
Oh, she tripping. So in the aspect of inflation and this pandemic, you really will pass up on dude because he has an older car? That sounds like he's saving. That sounds like he could be using that money to invest in something else. It sounds like he's trying to hopefully be on the right path to like retirement or something like that. It sounds like he's not trying to be stressed and have some type of financial plan through this inflation crisis we have going on right now.
Right.
So, yeah. Oh, girl, really tripping.
Mm-hmm.
Really
you
tripping.
You want to say anything, Chloe? You good?
I mean, no, I think, I think the young lady that retold the story pretty much said it all. I think we have to really look at our priorities and just make sure that we are prioritizing the right things. Like, we are talking about material things. We're talking about a car. She didn't say he didn't have his own place. She didn't say he didn't have a job. She didn't say any of the things that really matter in the long run. She said his car. I mean, honestly, though, that's something that can be fixed so easily.
Right.
So easily. Like she has no idea why he's hanging on to that car. Like Nicole said, like he could be trying to save money. He could be, trying to pay off all his debt right now. So he doesn't want to, incur more debt. So he's like, well, I'm trying to get my life right. I have something I'm trying to do. So focusing on something that just simply doesn't matter. I would say he dodged a bullet because really, if that's her mindset, then he would have ended up stuck with that mindset. So imagine them being in a relationship and him wanting to take care of some real business. And she is prioritizing things that don't matter above things that are more important. So, I mean, really, he dodged a bullet. These women keep telling on themselves. Like the last video, I think you posted it maybe a week or so ago, and it was a woman talking about a guy had checked all the boxes. He was great. He was wonderful. But she gave his ring back and she canceled the engagement. And she was like, he just wasn't a good fit. And I'm like, you just told on yourself. You dated this man long enough for him to decide to marry you. You even said yes to his proposal. And then you said, it just wasn't a good fit. And it's like, at what point did you realize that? So don't get me wrong. Like, you wasted this guy's time. And look, dudes don't want their time wasted, just like women. Y'all out here complaining about dudes wasting y'all time. Dude got the same kind of time you got. He don't want his wasted either. But y'all keep telling on yourselves. You keep telling on yourselves. So, I mean, for me, y'all know I said it in 2022. I'm going to say it in 2023. It's the mindset for me. What's at the root of that thought process? Why was that enough for you to dump a guy when you said everything else he checked the box? So that tells me, like, what's wrong with you?
Facts. No, that's real right there. You want to say anything, Vince? Are you good, man?
I think we also have to take into consideration her age group, probably. She looks like she may be a millennial. Was that under 30, I guess?
Yeah, something like that.
Hey, don't offend the millennials.
No, I didn't offend. But what I'm saying is that they are.
We're not all bad.
They are doing a lot for the gram. They're so concerned with how people view them, what people perceive for them to have, which is really a fakeness. Because as we know, people do a lot of fake stuff for the gram.
I'm gonna say Gen Z. Forget that. She ain't no millennial. Gen Z, the one that's on some.
Okay, so so. Okay. I mean, I understand. I mean, people are superficial.
Yeah,
and maybe, and I'm playing devil's advocate because I kind of like to see two things. Maybe it should have been a more conversation because her thing might be is he cheap? And if that's the case, then you just need to ask, are you cheap?
Right.
Instead of, because how you carry yourself is a reflection. And if I have a certain standard in my life and you're not going to meet that, then that might be an issue. I mean, if you want to stay on Mac and Bewick and either because you don't want to pay, then that could be an issue. So it might be a little bit more than just his car, because her thing might be he can afford a decent car, and is he driving his car because he's cheap? And if he is cheap, is he gonna be cheap with me? So just playing devil's advocate, but that's what conversations need to be had.
Yeah, no, I feel that. So I got a couple questions. Let me get some of these comments. I'm gonna drop a little question. Donovan said, let's see, an old head told me one time, drive your shooter on the first date. If she trip on the hoopty, then she don't deserve to ride in the Bentley. Okay. I can hear a little wisdom in that one right there. I can tell who said that. Let's see, Diamond also said, I learned cars are much cheaper when you cash and ride out. Yeah, no doubt. Kenyatta also said, let's see, how old is this young lady? Are 40 plus women or 40 plus year old women really out here on this type of materialistic mess? Kenyatta, there's some of them out here. I'm not going to even front. I done seen some things that this definitely does exist. Let's see. Donovan also dropped a comment. He said, what kind of car was this young lady driving? Donovan, you know how that worked, man. Now, the young lady, you know, she can be in the hoopty, but I said, if you're not sitting in the S class, she got a problem. So you know how that worked, Donovan. We know what that is. But I got a question. Y'all know I come across a lot of videos. I see a lot of content. And I've been noticing something. So I'm going to put this question out here. I said, I see Kenyatta. I see Donovan on deck. Got folks on the panel. I got a question. I want y'all to keep it real with me. My question is, do women have commitment issues?
Hmm.
Yep, and what I mean by that is I'm seeing a lot of conversations around women saying that they're looking for a commitment, but when it comes time to do that, they don't want to commit. And I know we always used to say it's the men that don't want to commit, the men don't want to make a commitment and all of this, but now I'm starting to see that women don't want to commit. And this situation reminds me of that. Yep, as a woman, especially in current day, right? So let me map this out. In current day, I hear ladies saying the same thing. They can't find good men. They can't find trustworthy men. They can't find leaders. They can't find this. They can't find a guy that's 6 feet tall. They can't find a man with 6'10" inches girth. All this. They can't find a man with $500,000 in his 401k. They can't find a man with a new car. They can't find a man with no kids. It's all this can't find. That's why they single, right? They single by choice because they can't find what they want. But in this video, this young lady is saying that basically she found everything she wanted, but she still turned it down off of an old car. Yep, and for me, that seemed like a reach. That really comes off like you was trying your best not to lock in and make that commitment. You tried to find anything you could find. You know, he don't brush his hair. Oh, no, I gotta let him go. You know, he vegan. Nah, I like meat. I gotta let him go. You had to find something. You know, he worked 5 days a week. You know, I gotta let him go. He got a job. Like she tried to find something to sabotage this situation. So I'm really curious. Do y'all think women have commitment issues? Let me get a couple of these comments and I'm gonna let y'all respond. I got John Griffin said, let's see, I think they are scared they may miss a bigger, better deal.
I agree with that. I think women are hypergamous.
Wow. Okay, John, appreciate that comment, man.
Great comment.
Yeah, appreciate that comment. Wow. So is that I'm gonna come back to that. Hold that thought. I'm gonna come back to that. Let's see, Donovan. Let's see, drop the comment. He said, women, they'll commit to the fairy. Oh, wow. Fellas on it tonight. They'll commit to the fairy tale and not the reality. Wow, fellas ain't letting up in this 2023. Shout out to the fellas tonight. Let's see, shout out to Ray Cribb. She says stupidity is stupidity. No, that it is, Ray, that it is. Seeing Kenyatta said, yes, some do have commitment issues. From what I hear, they don't want to commit to changing their way. To changing their ways to be committed to the relationship. Man, I see it's going down tonight. Let's see. Donovan says Cinderella went to the ball in a pumpkin, right? In reality. All right. So let me swing back to y'all on the panel. Some great comments right there. Shout out to everybody for them comments. So let me slide back to the panel. So what y'all think? Do these ladies got commitment issues out here? Is that what we're really seeing?
Yeah, I agree with the comments. Like I said, I've been hearing this term. You know, we always got a new term. And 2022 gave us this term, hypergamous. Right. And I believe that women are hypergamous. I believe that women are always looking for the bigger, better deal. That they are, you know, they want to date up. They want to secure the biggest bag, and whoever or can put them in the position that they are looking to be in, then he's the fittest, right? Like that's just the way that it goes. So I do think that for some of these women, it really comes down to, well, yeah, he has this, he has this, he has that, but what if? Like, what if I can get this, or what if I can get that? And I just saw uh, it was like an Instagram reel or something like that earlier, and it was a young woman, young black woman, and she's walking around in like some beautiful spot in Greece, and she's talking about, oh, I'm just at this point in my life where I just want to be, happy with this. And I want only the best for myself. I want only the best job, only the best this, only the best that, only the best this. And I'm like,
Bruh.
so that sounds good, right? Like, who wouldn't want only the best for themselves, right? Like, I don't have a problem with you wanting the best for yourself, right? But my problem with that is when is it enough?
Right.
And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing people just not knowing how to be content. I'm seeing people not understanding how to be satisfied. They get something that's really great, but they're always looking for something bigger or something better or something more. And it's like, at what point are you going to be satisfied? I hear God saying, you haven't learned how to be a good steward of what I have already given you, but you want me to give you more. You want more. You're always searching for more. This is why people are dissatisfied with their relationships. They're dissatisfied with themselves. They're dissatisfied with their jobs. Their houses aren't big enough. Their cars aren't new enough because they just don't know how to be content. And
Right.
that's what's happening. And I hate to say it, but women are experiencing this more than men because women are the ones who are marketed to consistently and just like without, we are just continuously marketed to. Everything about women, especially Black women, because we are big spenders, we spend a lot, we are some of the biggest consumers, and they know that. So they market lifestyle to us, they market hair, makeup, travel, clothing, shoes, cars. There's heavy marketing at Black women. That's why they create the commercials the way that they do. We're not seeing all of these Black faces all of a sudden because they've decided to throw us a bone. We're seeing all of these Black faces, especially Black women, because they're marketing specifically to you. They're trying to get your attention. They're trying to get your money. They're trying to keep you broke and single. Because when you're broke and single, they can manipulate you a whole lot easier. And
Right.
they can keep you chasing for this elusive best that nobody even really knows what it looks like. Because it's not realistic to begin with.
Yeah. No, that's real right there. That's real right there. You want to say anything, IT? Or you good?
The question was,
Do y'all got
Pretty-
commitment issues? Are y'all scared to
Yeah.
commit?
I would say yes. Definitely agree with some of the comments. Yeah, I feel like there's this, I guess, thought in the back of their mind, like, what if something goes wrong, or what if I don't get everything I want? Can I just deal with this thing that I really want, but he's not really giving it to me? But then I see this other person that's actually will offer me really, really what I want. So yeah, I do think there is an aspect of not feeling content.
Okay, you got that little slick smile going on. So what's
What? What? What I do? What I do? What I do?
You got that little That little slick smile going on.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
I'm gonna have to come
What?
back to you. I feel like you got more to say. I'm gonna slide back to you in a minute.
Oh Lord.
Let me go over to Vince, man. Let me go over to Vince. What you think, Vince? Do these ladies got commitment issues, man? Is they scared to lock in, man? What is it?
I think Chloe made a very good point. I think they do have commitment issues. I think Black women have been targeted and marketed to be that your happiness is the ultimate and that's all that matters. So if you're not happy with your job, quit. If you're not happy in your relationship, don't be happy not 1 minute.
Right.
So when things start going wrong, and for those of us that are married, have been married, marriage is boring. Marriage is a continuum. If you looking for happiness every single minute of the day, don't get married. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And I have a great relationship, but it's boring. Marriage is boring.
Mm-hmm.
But it's beautiful. You know, we not happy every
How
5
is it
minutes.
boring? I got a question.
No, it's boring.
How is it boring?
It's the same thing all the time.
I'm gonna respond to
and,
that.
You see the
and
same
I'm
person
saying,
every day. I
wait a
feel
minute,
like
and I'm saying boring in the sense of it's not always like me and we have a good life. We go on trips, we do a lot of things, but at the end of the day, it's I don't see anything wrong with boring. See, boring is not a
Right.
bad thing to me. See,
It's
it's not a negative.
I wouldn't say I wouldn't say the word boring. I figured the better word is like it's consistent.
So okay.
Okay. You can
I
say
Have
consistent.
whatever you words you want to put. What I'm saying is,
Okay.
it's almost the same thing over and over.
It sounds so
We
bad.
eat
It's
the
like
same
it's
things
boring.
every week. And people want all this excitement every 5 minutes. They want something new every 5 minutes. If he's not taking me on a trip every 3 months, then I'm not satisfied. If we're not going out to eat it because they see on Instagram, oh, they went to Jamaica, oh, they went to here, and so you feel like you're not getting what you need, is what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is that either you're gonna be married and bored or single and lonely. There's only two options: married and bored, single and lonely. That's it. So pick one.
No,
I
feel
say
that.
we
Good
should
point.
embrace boring.
Yes,
I mean, like you said,
I
what's
love
wrong
being
with boring? Like
being bored. I
we
love
give.
coming home and my wife is here, my child is here, and I know she's
That's
gonna
why I
be
say
here.
I
I
feel
know she's
like
gonna be there.
consistent. It's like because
Well,
you know
okay,
where
let's change the
everything is
word.
kind of
Okay,
is.
well, let's change the word. Let's say consistent then. Let's say consistent. Consistent.
No, I'm gonna say boring because see that's the problem. You know why I'm gonna stick with boring? Because
Why?
that's the problem. Because we're making things
Yeah.
that are a normal, typical part of life, and because we don't like the way it sounds, we're changing it, and we have to understand that that's tied to our mindset.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we can't get out of our own way. Because you hear boring, I'm not speaking to you specifically, Nicole, but you hear the word boring and you go, "Oh, that's bad." But whoever said that boring is bad? Like every day is not going to be some new exciting thing. Some of us go to a job every day where we literally do the same functions every day, every day. That's boring. But some of us love what we do, even though it could be considered boring. So, who said boring is a bad thing? We need to actually normalize it being okay to be boring. We need to normalize slower living, slowing down, not feeling like we always got to be doing something every second of the day or going somewhere every second of the day or being stimulated. The problem with all of these avenues that we have, the streaming and the social media and all of those things, the problem with that stuff is that we're overstimulated.
Oh,
So now we feel like, oh, is something off?
I think we froze up. Go ahead.
Okay. So now we think that because we don't have something going on every second, every moment of the day, then there's a problem with our lives. Or all of a sudden we're not content. And we need to normalize being boring. It's okay. And I think that's the problem. Let's stop wanting to change everything to be this PC culture or something that is less offensive to me when you shouldn't be offended in the first place. Like marriage
Yeah.
can get boring because you can, just like Kiana said, you can get into a routine where you know where you're going to eat. Maybe you know where you're going to go out to dinner because you guys go to your favorite places. Maybe you just know, and but there's a comfort in that, right? So I think we should normalize it and understand that, because maybe if we reassess our expectations, then a lot of us won't be walking around here always feeling like we're not getting something or we're missing out on something.
Yeah, and I'll say this. Yeah, I'll say this to sum some of this up, right? So I think part of the issue, let's say, because I see this a lot. I think part of the issue is we've become so hyper focused on this concept of being happy, and it's like every part of life ain't happy. Like happy is temporary. Yeah, I don't know where we getting this stuff from. All this, happy that. Like that's temporary. And see, because we're so hyper focused on being happy all the time, then we try to rebrand everything. So now a marriage being consistent, that's boring. You know, a man being consistent and standing on his word and doing what he says he's going to do, he predictable. See, we want to put this negative label on all of these things that we actually have been looking for. We've been looking for consistency. We've been looking for somebody to deliver when they say they're going to deliver. You know, we've been looking for a routine, right? So we're not catching all these curveballs out of left field. But now, because we so hyper focused on this happy nonsense, then now we want to label all of these things that we used to look forward to. Now we want to label those things as a bad thing. Yeah, now we got folks, you know, at the end of the day, when I go back to the video, I remember a time where people used to put a priority around reducing their spending. And they would look at that checkbook or look at that credit card statement like, all right, we got to dial something back. We burning up too much money. So I'm sure in this young fella's case in this video, this cat is like, all right, you know, I want to get some of this spending under control. So I'm about to ride this little used car, or as we like to say, I'm going to ride this thing till the wheels fall off. And then once this thing die out, then I'll go get me something new. But while this thing is riding, I'm stacking money. And even in that situation from the video, now we looking at that as a negative. And I'm like, the stuff is crazy, let's say, because when you look around and you look at some of these guys out here who are stable and consistent and deliver when they say they're going to deliver, they drive and do dirts. They got a couple little grimy boys in the garage so they can roll out, do what they got to do and come back. But those boys is cashed out and paid for. Yeah, so now they can redirect their funds to other things. Now they over here purchasing property and real estate. Now they over here in the stock market. Now they over here paying off houses, you know, faster than the 30-year. But see, now we've even put a negative label on somebody thinking smart with their money. Now, even in the video, we have a situation where a young lady is holding a smart man thinking and keeping control around his finances. Now she's holding that against him as a negative. Yep, and I said that's a problem. Yep, at the end of the day, this brings me back to a question that I gotta ask. It's like, what are ladies looking for these men for? Yep, are they looking for these men for stability and leadership and all of these things that they say they want, or are they just looking for something else, some excitement, some sex, some babies? Like what are ladies looking for these men for? Because like I said, when we get to a point where you're sitting here saying this guy is checking all these boxes, and I said we know what the box checklist look like for some of these ladies out here, that thing is a little wild. So if he's checking these boxes, how we get all the way down to his car and now we ready to throw it away? I need somebody to make this make sense, because I'm at the end of the day, I'm like, ladies, once again, how y'all want this to go? Yeah, you say you can't find a good man. Okay, well, there go a good man, and you throw him away because he ain't got no car note. Like, how y'all want this to go? I don't know why I want to put this on IT over here. I don't know. I don't know.
Why? What I do? Jeez.
IT, I need some answers. I need some answers.
I don't have a lot of
answers.
answers, okay? I'm trying to get answers.
Somebody tell me something. Let me get this comment. Let me see. Donovan said, let's see, happy is life's orgasm. Okay.
Okay.
He said you gotta work it. Let's see, you gotta work up to it, but it don't last forever. Now that's facts. Let's see, you want another happy, put the work in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when did we start? When did we start looking at happy as being a destination? Right? Like I agree with Donovan. Like it's not a destination. You don't just arrive there and then stay. Like that's not what happiness is. A feeling. Like I think people get that mixed up. Like happy is a feeling, just like sad or depressed, or I think we're getting this mixed up. Happy is not a destination. You don't arrive at happy and then you're like, yes, I made it, and you get to stay there. Right? Like happy is a feeling. So someone said it once that in order to be happy, you have to have something happening, right? But that is a good way to think of it. If you don't have, if just like Donovan said, if you haven't worked to the point where you can get into a place where you okay, I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this job. I'm happy with the car, I'm happy with, my house. Like I'm happy with this, right? I'm content. I'm satisfied with it. But it's still a feeling. So sometimes you're gonna walk in that house, and when the house is dirty, you're like, I don't feel like cleaning this house. I'm not. All of a sudden, you ain't gonna be happy. You ain't got your 5,000 square feet house, and now you gotta clean that bad boy. And you like, today I'm not happy with this. Your boss say something to piss you off. Today I'm not happy with my job. Today I ain't happy. So then what? Like Vince said earlier, so you just quit or what? You move? It don't work that way. Like happy is a feeling. So you're going to be happy sometimes with things, and some days you're not. You're just not going to be happy. And it's okay. This too shall pass. Like I just feel like Vince said, like the what society is selling you now is if you're if something makes you unhappy, let it go. Walk away. Because you should always be happy. That's not even realistic. When we were talking about this before, when Quay and I was talking about this before, he said something that I thought was really profound. He said, part of the problem why, we see a lot of marriages that don't work out is because people think that happy is one of the values that they should build their marriage off of. And it's like, happy is not a value. And it's not. It's a feeling. So people will say, well, what kind of man you want? Well, what do you want out of a man? I just want somebody that's gonna make me happy. I want somebody that's gonna, and it's like, that's not a value. That's not a personality trait.
Nope.
So you're not even looking at it from the proper perspective, which is why you're disappointed before you even get started. Like I don't want to bust nobody's bubble, but like my husband said before, happy marriage is not about being happy. Mm-mm. Like, let's just be honest. Marriage ain't about being happy. I'm not saying you won't be happy in your marriage. That's not what I'm saying. But marriage is not all about being happy. Get that out your mind. It's the unrealistic expectation. And I think that's the difference between the generations in the past who were able to make marriages work and last 40, 50 plus years, and us today who, we get into a marriage trial and listen, I ain't happy no more. I want a divorce. And it's like that.
I was just saying, wouldn't that kind of be the reason they would get married in the first place?
What's
Wait,
that?
say it again, IT?
Because Chloe was mentioning it in terms of somebody being married and how they really don't basically stick around. As soon as they get unhappy, they want to leave. I would say, wouldn't that kind of boil down to why they probably got married in the first place? Maybe it wasn't for the right reason.
Right. Yeah. No, that's real. That's real. You want to respond, Vince? Go ahead, man.
Yeah, but what's the right reason? People get married for different reasons. So what's the right reason?
Very true.
Is the reason love? Is the reason that you want a family? Is it the reason that you want a wife or a husband? People get married for a number of different reasons. And I think that the one thing that like our generation had is that we had commitment.
Yeah.
And I often go back to my grandparents. They had a whole different level of commitment to family.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even understand divorce unless she was getting hit in the head with a hammer. I mean, it was
that can go both ways.
No,
that can go both ways. I get what you mean, but that can go both ways.
They got divorced. They got divorced for real reasons.
Right.
They didn't get divorced because the D wasn't good no more. They didn't get divorced because she gained 50 pounds and didn't want to lose it. They didn't get divorced when somebody might be going through a mental issue or something. They got divorced for real reasons. These people not getting divorced because they're not happy. Oh, we grew apart. What is that? What does that mean? I have to ask you,
I don't understand because people change. Like time changes.
But your commitment doesn't change.
I don't understand that. No, the commitment doesn't change, but like time changes. Like you are going to age. Your mindset is going to change. Things in the world change, so you might think about something maybe a little differently. But
and then also our grandparents,
that aspect I've never understood.
And then also our grandparents knew that they needed each other. They needed each other. It wasn't they needed each other. They didn't have nobody else. But now we have so many perceived options. Oh, well, I don't need a husband because I can raise this child by myself.
Yeah,
that's a valid point, Vince. And you, like I said, you bring up a good point, Vince. And like I said, I'm gonna tie this back to what I said earlier. Even when you mentioned your grandparents, we've even negatively labeled that now. Yep, I hear young ladies say stuff all the time. Yeah, I'm not gonna, I don't want to get married because my grandma, she had such a horrible life. She was struggling, granddaddy had a whole nother family. It'd be all this nonsense. And then you go ask the grandma, you like, how was it, grandma? And she'd be like, oh, it was good. I loved your granddaddy. Like it don't be all of that. But we've even tried to put a negative label on that. Our grandparents and great grandparents being married for 50, 60 years and, producing 10 children and, all type of, like, we try to put a negative label on that. And that's what I'm saying. It's just like, what do we really want to do? Yeah. Cause at the end of the day, we can't sit here and say that we looking for these husbands looking for these wives, and then just like once the situation presents itself, then we run in the other way. Yep. And then the other thing I wanted to touch is that statement that you made, Vince, because I hear this so many times about this, we grew apart. Basically what I've learned that to actually mean, based off all the conversations I've been in, is basically the other person ain't doing something I want them to do. That's basically what that means. So if this young lady goes to work and she gets a promotion at her job, if her husband don't get a promotion too, or if he don't get his money up to match what she just got up to, then basically we growing apart. We ain't on the same page. Yeah, but that's where that nonsense comes from. So like I said, I done been in enough conversations hearing that nonsense. We grew apart. Young lady, hey, why did you separate? Why you divorced with your husband? Oh, we grew apart. Yes, always we grew apart. Grew apart is almost the new irreconcilable differences. Like those two terms is literally the same. Yeah, basically he ain't like, I don't like something he was doing, or I don't like something she was doing, so we growing apart. Yes, it's a lot of comical stuff out here. Let me get a couple of these comments. I think this is a good one right here. Kenyatta said happy started when everyone started receiving participation trophies. And that's facts. Yeah, you can see that participation trophy is very slick. Yep, it's very slick because it goes against why you're doing whatever it is that generates the trophy. Yeah, basically it's like the cop-out. It's the cop-out trophy. Yeah, so that's a great point. I'm glad you dropped that comment, Kenyatta. She also said happy comes from within. No, that's facts. Yep, that is facts. And then Donovan dropped a comment. He said marriages today suffer. Let's see. Marriages today suffer the ADD and the ADHD complex all day long, man. All day long. All day long.
Mm-hmm.
Well, man, I'm going to keep us on time tonight. It's 9:30. First show of 2023. We're going to try to stay on time going forward. We're going to try to stay on time. But, man, I'm going to slide around for some quick closing. I said, we're going to get up out here tonight, keep it on time. Let me go to the newbie for the night. Nicole, you got anything you want to say before we get out of here, Nicole?
One, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Two, just in this year, do a mindset change. Especially in terms of this topic, it's like reflect, reevaluate. Stop simping out here. Wait, I ain't got time for that. Who has time for that? There it is. We try to get to this long term thing. These games gotta stop. That's how we coming into 2023.
Okay, so I got a question for you, Nicole. Since
Lord.
you said that, I got a question for you since you said that.
No, whatever you say. Whatever you gotta say, no.
No, I'm about to ask you. So based on what we've been seeing, with some of these topics, some of these videos, some of these young ladies, even the video tonight about the lady leaving the brother because he's driving a used car. Should some of these ladies just go get them a dog and leave these guys alone?
I mean, or a cat, or a lizard, or a parrot. I don't know, a rabbit. Sure.
No, that's what I'm asking. So should they just go get a pet and just leave these dudes alone and just go be by themselves and call it a day?
Yeah. That's yeah.
You saying they should? Is that what you're saying?
They should. If you're not trying to really do this commitment thing, yeah, just get you a little pet and be done.
Okay, there it is.
You can't make this shit up.
Yo.
All right, let me slide over here. Let me slide over here to Chloe. I appreciate you keeping it real, Nicole. Let me slide to Chloe. You want to say anything in closing, Chloe, before we get out of here?
Yeah, I would love to see in 2023, since we're at the beginning of the year, right? And this is a time when people make their resolutions. This is a time when people decide, what their vibe, what their energy is going to be for the year. I would say instead of making another useless resolution to lose weight because you ain't going to do it, I would say, how about you make your resolution? I am going to learn self-discipline. Because if you make your New Year's resolution, I'm going to learn self-discipline. I'm going to learn self-control. I'm going to learn how to be. I have to laugh at Donovan. You trying to throw me off.
Donovan cutting up.
She threw it all off for 5 seconds. I'm done.
So, right. So if you make that your resolution, let me get myself big. Okay. If you make that your resolution, then all the other things, all the other goals that you set for the year, you'll be able to achieve them. You're asking for the wrong things. Maybe if you're a believer, you're praying for the wrong things. Pray for self-discipline. Pray for self-control. Pray for focus. Pray for consistency. Because if you make those things your New Year's resolutions, then all of the other things that you want, you will be able to achieve them. because a lot of our problem is we're just not disciplined. We're not focused and we lack self-control. We have not learned how to just be okay. Okay where we are. Okay. This doesn't mean that you don't, set goals for yourself. It doesn't mean that you don't try to achieve things. That's not what I'm saying. But how are you going to um, get to new levels when you haven't even figured out how to be where you are? How to just exist in the space that you're in? How to love your body the way that it is and say, oh, you know what? I really like this about me. I like this about this. I like this. I would change this thing here. Okay. So then you set about to do that thing. But if you don't like yourself, if you're just unhappy, like Kenyatta said, within, then all of this other stuff is you're going to be just generally dissatisfied because you don't even like yourself. How you supposed to be in a relationship when you're not even happy with yourself? You have to start there. And I just think that that needs to be the biggest thing. The mindset has to change in 2023. Like, don't stop wasting men's time. Men stop wasting women's time. Like, let's just. I would like us to spend the first half of the year just focusing on ourselves. Let's do a self assessment and see what we need to work on. Let's do that first. And then when you actually feel like you're in a good place, then you can invite somebody in your life. Because some of y'all, honestly, y'all not healed. Y'all walking around here with all kinds of trauma. Y'all walking around here with all types of messed up mindsets, messed up expectations, priorities, all out of whack. And then you want to be in a relationship. Don't nobody want to come. Listen, you can ask somebody to give you grace and you can ask somebody to have patience for you, and we should do that for each other because we all walking around with some level of trauma. But if you are not even personally invested in fixing your own ish, ain't nobody else got time for that.
Thanks. There it is. There it is. Appreciate it. Go to my guy Vince. Vince, what you want to say in closing, man?
Well, I was looking at a Facebook post that I had posted. You know how your old timelines come up, and it was a 2019 New Year, and I said that I haven't really had any New Year's resolutions since then. I just been on a steady trajectory up.
Right.
Nothing major, just health as always. So I would just like for us in 2023 to be able to bless somebody, that someone will listen to our comments and evaluate their own life to get what they want.
Right.
I think that our platform is accountable. We're not sitting here blaming women or blaming men. We're trying to have the conversations that some of us are actually just scared to have. We don't want to have the real accountability conversations and really understanding why we are not getting what we want, especially at our age. Some of the people that over 30, 35, and we have to have those hard conversations. I hope that we will have them in love in 23, and we'll be a blessing. I'm hoping that in 23 somebody will come on here and say, hey, I was listening to your podcast and I thought about it, and it made me change the way I looked at my husband or my boyfriend or my baby daddy, or it changed the way I looked at my baby mama or my wife. And I hope we have that for 23.
Sure, for sure. No, I appreciate that, man. Listen, that's definitely why we're here. Yeah, like I said, there's no conversation that we are going to stray away from or shy away from. And like I said, to Vince's point, this is not the blame. Yeah, these are things that are happening. These are people living these stories / videos that we are seeing. Like, this stuff is real. Yeah, we have, young ladies out here turning down guys off material nonsense, possibly missing out on their husband. Yep, and while these things are taking place, what we have to realize is time waits for no one. Yep, the longer we keep some of this nonsense up, the worse it is going to get. We are not getting any younger. Yep, for the young ladies, childbearing days are not getting, like, the older we get, the harder it gets. So it's like we really got to be thinking about this stuff while we turning down guys because they driving a used car and they ain't got no car note. Yeah, we got to consider this stuff. But I want to say this before we get out of here. Comment came in from Ray Cribbs, and for me, this sums it all up. Her comment was, "It's what you make it." Yeah, but that's really what this all comes down to. Yep, how do we want this to go? What do we want our outcome to be? Are we looking for the right things? Are we prioritizing the right things? Yep, is us being focused on being happy overshadowing the stuff that's actually sustainable? Yep, happiness ain't sustainable. Let's call it what it is. Yep, in a marriage, sometimes you might look at your husband like, man, I can't stand you. You ain't bring me no McDonald's. And he gonna be looking at you like, man, I just got off a 16-hour shift at the plant on the line. I come home, ain't no plate, ain't nothing to eat. I can't stand her. That's just what it is. But and 20 minutes later, they might be gripped up on the couch watching the movie just that quick. So we got to be realistic about some of this stuff for people out here thinking about having a family. Yeah, sometimes your child gonna come home and they're gonna say some stuff and you be like, man, I can't stand you. Yeah, for the fellas, you're gonna be like, man, you your mama's son. And for the ladies, it's gonna be, yeah, you your daddy's son. I don't know who you is. And that's just what it be. And 5 minutes later, your kid can go do some great stuff, and you be like, man, I got a little champion on my hands. So, man, we got to wake the heck up. Yeah, this stuff getting serious. We in 2023. We losing people left and right. Folks losing their lives, literally. And we out here turning down people because they driving used cars. Like, where they do that at? Yeah, but I probably can go find 20, 30 women right now that'll hop on that dude right now just because he got a car. So, man, we got to wake up out here. All of this stuff is about what you make it, what you put into it, and that's going to determine what you get out of it. Simple as that. So, man, shout out to everybody who joined us tonight. Shout out to my guy Donovan. Shout out to Sis Kenyatta. Shout out to Ray Cribbs. Shout out to my guy John Griffin, checking in from AZ, showing a little love. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to my panel. Shout out to Chloe, IT, Nicole in the building, Vince in the building. We appreciate you always rocking with us, representing, supporting the platform. Like I said, we are definitely live on YouTube and Facebook, so definitely like, share, and subscribe. Share out the show, spread the word. Let's say next time you join us, bring a friend. Yeah, we're trying to get this content out to as many of our people as possible to help us as a whole change our trajectory. Yeah, Vince made a good point and said for a few years now he has been on a steady incline, a steady raise in his trajectory. And I said, that is what we're doing here. It's not a sprint. It's definitely a marathon. But we're here to have the hard conversations. We're not running from any topics. And like I said, we're looking to affect some change within our community. So this is Kandid Konvos. I'm your host, Quay Price. We do this show every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard, every Wednesday night. Like I said, we're on YouTube and on Facebook. So definitely go drop a subscribe and drop a like to help us with the algorithm. And man, with that being said, everybody have an awesome night, and we will catch you guys next Wednesday.